Hallelujah. Don't have to sing.
Thank you, Pastor.
Thank you, God.
When ain't nobody here, y'all be standing when y'all see me. Y'all be trying to make me do the work. Amen? It's a good day, and I'm just very thankful. And it's a different day. I can tell you, you know? Because as I hear everybody speak, I'm just blown away. Deacon Francine, thank you for that song. God bless you. I love your help. I love the trust. Even my son said 2 more words. That's a good thing. And Mother Jerry, God bless you. God bless you. Out there on the front lines. And you know what happened. And you're out there. Amen. And of course, Sister Ann. Sister Ann was one of the first members in this church. And I see Sister Ann go through and come out and still looking good. She's a prime example of how good God is.
Amen.
And of course, Mother Sills, one of my staunchest supporters, one of my best friends. Teacher all day long, she returned the favor. She's just a good friend to me. I love her daily. Can't nobody say nothing bad about her. Because we're going to fight. I can't even fight that good, but I'm going to throw something. Amen. That's why I joined a track team in high school. Brother Joseph, God bless you. God bless you, God bless you, God bless you. Reverend Jesse, that's my own personal David right there. God bless you, my brother. We'll talk later. God bless you. I love it with Reverend Jesse. He's a very strong brother. Like, you gain weight, man. What you been doing? Amen. You gain weight. Let's look on you though. Amen. Your lovely bride.
Amen.
You married, I can't say that. You look nice. Go ahead and blush, you deserve it. Amen, amen. I look at everybody here, you know, I see that my work has been good. You know, I've laid hands on most of you and elevated. And there are a few here that I haven't had a chance to. But I'm looking forward to it. Even you, Mother Jerry, I'm looking forward to elevating Brother Joe and elevating Sister Ann. Amen. Looking around to elevating Deacon Francine. She's getting there. Amen. And I think just about most of us here have preached a sermon. And that's an amazing thing. I'm going to go back in time. I remember when I first met Mother Sills. She was quiet. She used to sit in the corner and be all Pentecostal, holy. She was just a mess, man. And I used to say to her, come on and say something. She would like, no, look at her husband. Like, what Fred gonna say? I'm like, don't be scared of Fred. Let's go. And the first time she spoke, she had a diary. And she sat there, it was in my living room. We had the church in our living room. And they used to come. And she said, I can't forget, I think it was no charge.
No charge.
Yeah. And since then, it was on my heart to push her. But I couldn't push her so hard because she had a husband. And her husband ruled. And he, by the way, he was my mentor because he showed me how to pastor. I still can't reach this level because Fred answered the phone 2 o'clock in the morning. Y'all know me very well, right? After 9. But Fred would answer it. So she had great training, and Fred had a great heart. But to see her take what Fred put in her and to see her do it today, she's just about running the church service. These two are just about running it right there. And Deacon Francine. Oh no, she used to party. I'll talk about it, right? Deacon Francine, she could dance, right? And then when I first started pulling her up, you know, she was, you know, rocky, but look at her now, you know, and I knew it, but and still God has a lot in store for you, Deacon Francine. Just hold on, I see you, I see a lot of success for you. And then I witnessed here on this floor her sing. And I think it surprised you, right, Mother Sills?
Yes.
She just singing and carrying on, right? You know, this is just amazing. And I say all these things. I'm sorry, I'm gonna jump back. And I remember Reverend Jesse when he came in. He was minister of bridges, right? He was sitting outside and we spoke. He said, "I'm with my mother." she in an eyeglass place. And look at us today. I knew he was an awesome man of God. They hands on him. He's not Reverend Jesse. He brought in his family, his lovely bride, and she's a powerful woman of God. Amen. So, I say that to say that within each of you there's ministry.
Yes, Lord.
And that has been my mission, to get it out of you, to help you move ahead. And I'm talking like somehow this is the end. This is not. This is a graduation service. I'm telling you that just like you came from where you were and didn't think it was going to happen, God has even more for you. That's how He works. I remember so many times God moved me over to something else and I didn't want to go. You know, when you were born, your mother's body had to force you out, right? Then you start crying. Right? Huh?
That's right, Pastor.
First day of school. That one back there. First day of school, right? Didn't want to go. Right? Look at you now. You can read. Right? We were all like that first day of school. Every time He makes a change in our life, there's anxiety. You're worried about what is God doing now in our lives? You know, why is He doing this? I remember sometimes people come into my life, I didn't want them to go, right? It's because they got something we like. They can look good, whatever it is, you know. We don't want them to go.
That's right.
And they gone. We're like, hold on, Jesus.
Yeah.
You know, right? Sometimes they're gone for different reasons. It could be health. It could be whatever it is. Sometimes things change. Everything must change. And I found that when I just relax and accept what God is doing next, it works out to be an awesome, amazing thing. And I'm telling you, just don't worry. Because if you hold on to the past, that things you had in the past, or things that you really love, you turn those things into an idol. And nothing should be your idol but the Lord. And you have to accept, you have to march on. Sometimes we think that the marching to the desert, to the wilderness, like the people of Israel, is over. It's not over. He's bringing you out from things that held you bound to the place of glory, step by step. And we think sometimes because we get ill, because sometimes it happens, we break our leg, people are gone, we crash our car, the car don't work, all kind of things. We lose our jobs, we lose our titles, we lose all these things. And sometimes we think that this is the work of the enemy, but remember one thing, this church is called what? The house of Job.
Amen.
All things.
That's by the Lord.
Together.
Amen.
That's right. That's right. I say don't worry, don't fret, because God, when He's called you, He's turning your eyes from the things you used to hold on to Him. That means that all those things that were your crutch are going. They're gone. All those things that you like are leaving you. They're supposed to leave you. There was a time when you were fed formula. Us older people, we were breastfed. Right? And there were times we had to get off the formula. There was a time we had to get off the breast. There was a time we had to get off the baby food. There was a time we had to make a change, and that was not easy. You ever had a breastfed baby? One back there in the back. There two. And that ain't easy. They try to suck anybody's breast, right? Right? Come on now. They don't know no better.
That's right.
Huh?
That's right, man.
But it's for our own good. And now we're moving ahead to something else, and I'm telling you, it's going to be great. You know? It's going to be a great thing, you know, because I feel God saying a different foundation.
Yes.
And I see us moving to a higher spiritual plane. And I see us moving on to something that we can't believe, because it's not the structure. I'm telling you, it's not the structure. I'm telling you, I've been to high places, I've been to low places. I remember I was finishing my education, and I had an internship in the United Nations. And I used to go there and with all those diplomats. As soon as it's over, I was in the crack house. So I went from the United Nations to the crack house in one day.
On the young nation.
But which blessed me more? It was the crack house. Because if I had not been in that place where I see just how much I could not do, I would have realized how much I need the Lord. But if I stayed in a place in which I thought that I had arrived, I'd have never grown. I'd have sat there, been my usual stupid self, and then it didn't get it done. So don't worry about a thing. There might be a little worry, anxiety. What's going to happen next? What we're going to do? Everything is falling apart. It is not falling apart. It's the move of God. I'm telling you. It's the move of the Lord. It's what God sets out to do. And as we transition, it's a time of prayer. I need you all to pray about what you want. I need you all to pray that God speak to you. This is a critical time, because we're moving on to bigger and better things. And it's a critical time. The question is, who you're going to serve. You got to go as God tells you to do. Because as you transition, people can be lost. Things can happen. You can go back to your old life. You can go to a life in which you're unhappy. You can be alone with your television, looking at these shows and not getting anything done in your life. But you can step forward with the Lord and do great things. And I'm telling you, it's about to happen. God did not put everything that He has put in you. God didn't take you from a little mouse in a corner to a lion on this podium for nothing. And you just can't let it go. It's going to happen for you. It's going to happen. There are things that's been prophesied over our lives. Even if they have not even been prophesied, you know it in your heart what you are supposed to be doing. You can feel it as you wake up that God has great things in store for you. And you know it's a struggle. You know that the issue is that, you know, that one false move, and it can mean the issue between life and death. So I'm telling you, don't make no more false moves. Pray about it. This is a matter of transition, and transition and change is a good thing. I always say I've never seen what the righteous forsaken, or the seed begging for bread. We're going to do this thing, amen? Amen. Now let me preach my 5-minute sermon.
Sure.
This will be short. Reverend Jesse, it's going to be short. Y'all spoke good. Everybody spoke good today. I'm very impressed. Give y'all yourself a round of applause. Reverend Jesse, the floor still hot. Reverend Jesse and Pastor Bridges, of course. Brother Joe. Deacon Francine and sang, and got me feeling like I'm special over here singing pastor. I like good stuff. Brother Sales and doing good, and Sister Ann. Go ahead, Sister Ann. Sister Ann. And Jared had 2 more words. So it's a good day in Jesus' name. Amen. Exodus 16:3, and it fits in with everything that I've said.
That's right.
Exodus 16:3. Book of Exodus. This goes like this: Genesis and then Exodus. Isn't that funny?
Right.
He creates and then He makes you move. Huh? That's the way it happened. 16,
3.
and 3.
Okay, amen.
He creates and then He makes you move. I don't like that. I wish you create and you know. And we get used to it, right? just when it's getting good to you. He says move. Let's go. What's the move? It's actually the title of my sermon. What's the move? The next one, okay? Amen. Exodus 16:3. And I read it into your hearing. And the children of Israel said to them, it would have been better for the Lord to have us put to death in the land of Egypt, where we were seated by the flesh pots and had bread enough for our needs. For you have taken us out to this waste of sand to put all these people to death through the need of food. Lord, we thank you, we love you, we adore you. We lift you up, we give you the praise and the honor and the glory. We're thanking you, oh God, for what you're doing in our lives and for what's coming up next. Lord, put a hedge around each person, Lord. I need you to grant their needs, oh God. I need you also to cast out the things that's been causing them to trip and to fall. Whatever it is that Satan has been using against them, oh God, and I ask you to change it. I ask you, oh God, to go into each heart and pull it out, oh Father God. There is nothing that can stop any person here but their own hearts, Jesus. And I ask you to take control of hearts, control of minds, control of desires, oh Father God, and put these matters to rest, oh God. We groan, oh Father God, not so much from Egypt, but because of our own minds, because of our own egos, oh God, from our own spirits, oh God. Take it away right now. Bring it to heal, oh God. Put us on the highway of holiness, oh Father God. Lord, we know that you are a spirit and must be worshipped in spirit and truth, Lord. So we can't lie. We can't say anything that's not towards you. We can't ever say that it's not us standing in need of prayer, Lord. That's what it's meant to worship you in spirit and truth, admitting that we need you. How else can we be healed, Lord, if we don't admit that we need you? Lord, we thank you. We love you. We adore you. And in your holy name we say, amen. Amen. This is something that I thought would be good for today, because we find Moses and the people in trouble. They've been brought out of slavery.
Amen. That's right.
And they're walking along through the sand and through the desert. You know, sometimes that's us walking down the street, trying to walk through our lives. And all of a sudden, we look back to the time when we was in bondage. Sometimes we come out of relationships, look back to the time when we at least had somebody. Now we ain't got nobody. Why'd you do that to us, Jesus? And you remember of all those things that you had to have. And they were looking back and saying, why you have us out here, Jesus? Why did you make that change in my life? And now I'm here and I'm all alone. It's a human condition. It's called reification. That we look back at the past lovingly, but we don't look at the past as it's supposed to be. There's a reason why God brought them out of slavery, because they were in a bad state. They were about to be exterminated. Pharaoh said, kill all the firstborn. And it got so hard for them that they cried out. You see, sometimes change happens, not necessarily what we think is happening consciously, but it happens on a spiritual level. So our change is happening to us because it's on a spiritual level. Sometimes we know we need to get out of that situation. Sometimes we want to get out of that situation, and our spirit will groan under the weight of the problem, and God will bring it to pass. Sometimes our soul cries out. So these people were free. They can worship God the way that they want to, but as Pastor Bridget said, their flesh. Huh? When you're out there in the desert, you ain't got nothing to eat. Huh? What you gonna catch? A lizard? Huh? Some cactus, right? Huh? Sometimes, serious now, sometimes we'd rather be under bondage and get our needs met than be free and have to struggle for it. You see, there is a blessing in the struggle. You see, we can't sit there and have a steaming pile and then think that we're going to eat on the next thing. You just can't do that. It's not going to work for you. You're going to have to do it right. That's the way holiness is. Holiness is being spiritual no matter the cost. It's going out there and doing it no matter the cost. It's saying, yea, though he slay me, yet I will trust him. And that's what it means, because if we only get through that moment of struggle, that moment of difficulty, and we only get through that test, we will find out how great and good it is. Amen. I remember when I was coming out of my addictions, I didn't like it. I used to wake up in the morning, my hand is shaking. The DTs, right? The delirium tremens, they call it in Latin, right? Shaking. Seriously. And I had to drink like a half a pint of liquor just to get my hands not to shake. And when I first started drinking, because my body wanted it. I didn't want it. My body wanted it. And I had to satisfy the body if my day was going to go well. When I stopped, I was very uncomfortable. I just couldn't do anything right. And that's how it feels sometimes when you're in a path of holiness. Your body don't feel right. It's fighting you. It's fighting you, fighting you, causing you to rhyme. That's an old rap of mine. It's causing you to do so many things, and it's a struggle. But when you get through that struggle on the flesh, all of a sudden you start looking good. All of a sudden you started feeling good. Then you get a little job God provides for you. Huh? Then you got some deodorant. You know, you really start looking good when you come out of that circumstance. That's how it works. So you can't sit there and go through the same problem over and over, think that you're getting by because you're acting like a child who still wants to step on the breast. You can't do that no more. When you're a full-grown Christian, you're able to take the troubles that are thrown against you and stand anyway. All you have to do is stand. It's not being comfortable all the time. You're not supposed to be.
Amen.
You're supposed to fight the good fight.
That's right.
David say, sit out here and chill. You see, all we have to do is just get through one night.
Yeah. Yeah.
Difficult. That's all. You see, sometimes we think we got to get through 30 years of trouble. It's just one night. Get through that one night of that difficulty. That one night. That's all. Just get through one night. I know. Sometimes you're gonna feel it. You'll remember. I remember when, right?
Yeah.
Come on now.
The devil talking.
Oh Lord have mercy. There goes another one, right?
Yeah.
Oh boy. There goes those commercials with all that alcohol in the commercials, right? Come on now. Huh? All that food that they're showing on TV, right?
Yeah.
Come on now, all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
But if you get through that one temptation of that commercial, of that feeling, of that desire, once you just hold on that one night, wake up in the morning, wow, that's a great feeling. But once you give into that temptation, what happens? You feel like dirt. You feel terrible. It's no good for you one bit. You're set back. You have to work 7, 8, 9, 10 days just to get back to where you were before. And that's where they found themselves in the circumstances. They were free spiritually, but their flesh was saying, I want to go back to slavery. Come on now.
Yeah.
I remember I had a bad friend. Yeah, bad.
My Lord.
Looked it good, but she was bad.
Jesus.
Right? Come on now.
Jesus.
And I liked it, right? And the hardest part was just being alone.
Jesus.
You see, and my pride said no, but my desires said yes. And the best thing that sometimes we can do is get out of that thing that is beating us, but making us feel that we have so much. And that's what slavery is about.
Yeah.
Because the slave master is going to feed you. Why is he going to feed you? Because he wants you to work. That's right. Uh-huh. Why is that bad situation going to make you feel good? Because they want you to work. They want you to do what they want you to do. Why are you with bad friends? They don't like you. Why are you with them? And why they be nice to you on some level? Because they want you to do what they want you to do. You provide a need for them. Yes, you do. Why does the enemy give you something that looks good? Because he wants you to do his bidding. Huh? And why do God give you things that may not shine? Because he's not trying to trick you.
That's right.
He wants you to see reality.
Amen.
He wants you to see how good life can be if you just put flesh in order. And people of God, they're crying out. It says, take us back to slavery.
Jesus.
Huh? Sometimes when things don't work out for us, we just say, forget it. I'm going back.
Okay.
It's Miller time.
That's right.
Right?
That's right. That's what you're saying. That's right.
Right? Come on now.
That's right.
Huh?
That's right.
Make me mad. I'm gonna eat a half a gallon of ice cream now.
That's right.
Huh?
Yep.
Put some cake with it.
Yeah.
Right? But you can't.
That's right.
Because God has put you in that situation where you can challenge the cake. Where you can challenge Miller time. Because God is saying that I'm putting before you life and death, and choose now who you will serve. Amen? And the beauty is you have a choice, because many people
All
don't.
the time.
Amen.
Most people don't have a choice. They are gone over to the other side.
Yeah.
Just like we saw those people who were homeless. And I thank God for what you guys did, because you had it bad a week ago. But you went back out there. And that's how it is to be spiritual. Because sometimes when we're fleshly, you abuse me, I'm not going back out there. Later for y'all. Go hungry. Starve. Now I don't even care. Ain't going to abuse me. But that's what the choices that God gives you. When you choose what God has given you, the blessing is just amazing. Because if you had stayed home and had a chance to do right, how much setback would you have had today? Huh?
Amen. Amen.
And then when God heard that they had a problem. God said that we want to go back
Amen.
because we were hungry. God gave them a blessing. And that's the problem, because we pray for certain things, and 99% of things we pray for are fleshly. You know, we don't pray, God, have me be more holy. Well, you know, once in a while. When we say God save me some money, that bill is due.
Yes.
God, Lord, look what they're doing, straighten them out, Jesus.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
That's right.
All this other stuff. God, look at the president, Lord Jesus. Huh? All that stuff we praying for, right? But do we pray for a better spirit to deal with the problem? Do we pray for a better walk to deal with the problem? Do we ask God to make me greater than this problem? Or do we want the problem to go away? And that's the question, because when you're a child, you ask for your mother or your father to fix the problem. But when you're a grown Christian, you ask for more strength to beat this situation down. You ask for, give me 5 stones so I can kill Goliath. You ask for more power to deal with this situation. You say, strengthen me, God. Empower me to walk this walk, oh God. Lord, order my steps in the Lord. We ain't worried about no bill. We're not worried about no problem. We're not worried about no change anymore. When we become mature Christians, and these people at this time were not mature because they were worried about no food. We can't be worried about what we don't have or what we think we might be losing, because all that is a chance, is a test to see whether or not we have grown. And when we're grown, we're not afraid of the problem. How can you imagine being in the army and talking about, Lord, we don't want to fight, move the enemy out the way? No, but when you're a soldier of the Lord, you say, point me in the right direction. Show me where the enemy's at, God. Because I've got what? My breastplate of righteousness. I got my helmet of salvation. My feet are shod with the gospel of righteousness. I am ready for the situation. I'm not sitting here quaking in my boots because of what people say and what people do. I am ready. Just like that man who walked with Moses says that I am 80 years old, but I'm yet still strong enough to take that mountain. That's what you have to do when you're a grown Christian. That's how you got to change your prayer. You don't be looking back and turning into a pillar of salt like Lot's wife. That's not what you do. You say, give me that mountain. You say, give me that problem. You say, I can defeat this thing. I am not afraid. That's how you know you have arrived. When it don't stop you. When you're not afraid of anything. And the thing is that when God blessed them, God blessed them with something that they call what not.
Jesus.
It was called whatness. In today's language, what the heck?
My God.
We call it manna. That's what manna means. Whatness. What is this? What the heck? You see, because when God blesses you, He's not there. He wasn't going to put a rack of lamb in front of these people when they were hungry. He's not going to do it. He's not going to give you a rack of lamb. He's not going to give you Denzel Washington. He's not going to give you Beyonce. He's not going to do it. He's not going to give you a bag of money, so forget it. He's not going to fix all those situations. He's going to give you something called what the heck? What did you do now, Lord? But the thing is that if you just trust Him, if you just trust Him, because the blessing always comes as, what is this have you done now, Lord? It don't always look good. I preached a few months ago that Jesus was ugly, but He was the light of the world. He was the blessing. He did not look good. He was not a handsome man. That's what the book of Isaiah said, that He had no beauty, that we would come to Him, and that we hid our faces from Him. That's how Jesus looked, but yet He was the light of the world. That's how our blessings look. What have you done, Lord? And if we just are spiritual, amen, because we walk by faith and not by sight. If we are spiritual, we recognize the difference. We wouldn't judge by how the thing look. It can look bad. We judge by how it appears, what our spirit said, because we took time to say, Lord, show me the difference. I say that difference. If you ask Him, just like Solomon did, give me wisdom. That's what you have to ask for, wisdom, to see what's the difference. And when they were asking for all these things, names he gave them. What the heck?
Yeah.
Huh?
My God.
It's like like you might want a car.
Jesus.
Huh? You go walk outside, you find a key. They give me a key, I want a car. But that key could be the key to a car.
Yeah.
We don't know because you haven't seen it yet, because it hasn't come to you yet.
Yeah.
So when they got this manna, they had enough sense to pick it up.
Jesus.
And then it fed them, it kept them. They had no needs. They were blessed in such a way that even their clothes didn't wear out over their travail. And I'm saying to you that what we're facing in our lives, it looks like, what the heck? What is Jesus doing now? Why is this thing going on? I can't even understand. Each and every day it comes to us looking like, what the heck? What next? But it's that same old manner. And I say to you, what the heck is going on in your life? I want you to embrace it. I want you to grab it. I want you to hold on to it, because that's your manner. If you just use the what the heck for your purposes with a prayerful mind, you're going to turn that thing into a wonder. People who held on to Jesus, who looked like, what the heck? Let me tell you now, that the writings of Josephus said that he was black, he had a big nose, and he was a hunchback, talking about he gonna save me, he needs some help himself. But those who held on to what the heck, which is Jesus, what happened to them? They mounted upon wings like an eagle, and they soared. What happened to the thief on the cross? They gave him a man next to him on the cross, another what the heck. But he said too, what the heck, I want to be with you in paradise. And then suddenly he was in paradise. That's how it happened. Let me tell you, when Lazarus, thank you, Reverend Jesse, was dead and stinking, here comes Jesus, what the heck again? And Jesus said, he's only sleeping. And what they do? They laughed. They said, what the heck? But then Jesus said, what? Lazarus, come forth. What the heck? And he rose again. Let me tell you, that's right. And another time, well, not the first time, there's a man who had a daughter named, what was, I forget her name anyway. And he came and said, Jesus, my daughter is sick.
Yes.
Sick to die. And Jesus says, I'm going to come. What the heck is coming for you? What the heck is going to turn your situation around? Though you got something you love and it's dying, hold on. What the heck is about to happen? And then Jesus walked. Here comes what the heck. Walk into your house because you called on him. You called on him. What the heck is walking right now? What the heck is walking to your bill problem? What the heck is walking to your health problem? What the heck is working to your relationship problem? What the heck is walking to your issues problem? What the heck is coming for you? And when Jesus was walking along, here come what the heck. They said, what the heck, don't worry, she has died.
Jesus.
Don't trouble the master. And sometime when we call on the Lord, somebody will come and say, too bad, it's too late, it's dead, it's over. Jesus said no. And here come what the heck anyway? You think it's over, right? Come on now. What the heck is coming? Come on now. Reverend Jesse and Pastor Victor, don't tell me I know. Y'all say what the heck? Because the guy who from the judge went down, didn't you? And you said what the heck? But what the heck was coming? And look what the heck done did. Huh? They gave it back to you anyhow. When you thought it was gone, huh? And then what the heck came and fixed it up too. What the heck, that's how it worked. That's how it happened. Yes, he does. And as he got to the house where that little girl was, they laughed at Jesus again. They could have said, this guy, this hunchback with the big nose, and there's a dead girl, what he's going to do. But he said to their situation, Talitha Kumai. And she rose again. He took her by the hand. That's the way it happens. It's not the way it looks. It's not according to natural law. It's not according to what people think. Let them laugh. Let them do what they want to do. Because when the miracle comes into your life, what you going to say? What the heck? And what the people going to say when you get blessed? What the heck? Because what the heck is what we need. We cannot continue to rely on the way we see the world.
Amen.
You just can't.
Amen.
God's going to bless you in a what the heck way. That's what's going to happen. Your mouth going to be hanging open. There's a whole, y'all know this about a man who was stranded on an island. But they sent a helicopter. He didn't want that. Remember that whole story? They sent a boat. He didn't want that either, right? They sent this and that, a dinghy. He didn't want no darn dinghy. What does he want anyway? Because it looked like, what the heck? You see, and then he drowned. And then what the Lord said, I sent a helicopter, I sent a boat, I sent a dinghy, but you didn't want it. Every day is your what the heck. Every day is your manna. Every day is your chance to hold on to Jesus' hand. You made it through a night in which your brain was not your own no more. When you were gone from the body. They can't even understand what sleep is. It's like death. Your heart is beating. Your brain is operating on a lower level. You're on automatic. You're not there no more. It's close to a comatose state. Every night you're going through this situation. But in the morning, he gives you awake in the moment. Or what the heck? Full of possibilities. All you have to do is not worry about your own sense of it. Not worry about what you think it looks like. You have to just go ahead and be there for God to ask Him to show you what the heck means. And you get up anyhow. You made it through dark times already. You made it through times, hallelujah, Jesus, when you want to jump off the bridge. But then anyway, here comes who? What the heck? You don't even know what's going on, but what the heck? Anyhow, you just go ahead and it don't look good. Come on now. I've seen people go to the hospital, the doctor said, you're gonna die. But hey, you're gonna say, I ain't gonna die. And what the doctor say? What the heck? That's right. Because now you're alive. Now you've made it. Through many trials and tears and storms, you've already come. If you think God don't love you, check your pulse. If you don't think God don't love you, stand on your feet. You got feet in the first place. We were people who were brought across the middle passage. And we made it. What the heck? And then what do we have? A black president. A triple. What the heck? And just to tell you that as low as the devil think he can take you is as high as the Lord will take you anyhow. All you gotta do is line up. All you gotta do is be open to God. I know your heart hurts. I know things are a problem for you. There are things that are problems for all of us. We got problems that are tailor-made to your weakness. The devil's not gonna just throw anything at you. He's gonna study you. He's gonna figure out where you're weak at. He's gonna touch that thing that's weak. But the Lord said, where I am weak, He is strong. And that sounds like what the heck to me. Because how I can be weak and He is strong. But it happens if you just trust Him. Ask Him for that thing. Ask Him for that thing that you really need. Trust Him to make you happy. Watch that He will do great things for you. Don't hold on to a situation that is causing you to sink. Let it go. Be free of that situation and be open, because what you want to say when that blessing comes to you is like they said, what the heck? And it's going to happen to you. And they're going to say, what the heck? It's our what the heck time. Every morning is a what the heck time.
Yes, it is.
Don't be worried.
Amen.
Don't you worry about a single thing.
Amen.
Just get tired of the same old problem. Get tired of things bleeding you out. Get tired of failing. Get tired of being the same old person over and over and over. And taste and see that the Lord is good. He is going to cause you to do things that just don't make sense. He's going to take you through the wilderness and you're going to have to fight. He's going to take you through so many problems. But just like the people of Israel, we can come out of our problems quickly. But we murmur like the people of Israel. And what could it take them? 2 weeks took them 40 years. Do you still want to be going around that mountain of Gilgal? Do you still want when the Lord shows you something you don't recognize it? Do you still want to be that same old idiot when God is trying to give you steak but you won't breast milk? Don't you want some lobster or you want breast milk all the time?
Come on, Holy Ghost.
Giving you some breast milk right now in a bottle, you're not going to want it. You might actually, where you get the breastful first from, Pastor Scott.
Jesus. Speak, Holy Ghost.
Oh my God.
Amen?
Speak, Lord.
Amen? Because that's not for you. So don't be a child no more.
Speak, Lord.
Break out now.
Speak, Lord.
And all you have to do is say, Lord, it's me standing in the need of prayer. Because if you can't recognize how you are bound in slavery and how the thing has you bound and how that thing keeps breaking your heart, it's not supposed to be that way.
Amen.
Not at all. You were not made to be the tail.
Amen.
You were made to be the head. You are more than conquerors through Christ Jesus. Let me tell you, they threw Paul and Silas where? In the prison. And they said, furthermore, they threw in the prison of the prison. They're in the prison. And then chained them up. And sometimes we feel like that in our soul, that we can't break out, that we're in a prison, inside of the prison, and then we're chained because we can't break out of the way we are. Some people say, that's just how the way I am. The devil is a liar. We're supposed to be transformed. We're supposed to be transfixed. We're supposed to be marching out. We're not supposed to be falling for the same old problem. If you're still having the same old issue over and over, you got to do like Paul and Silas did. They sang a hymn of praise. You got to praise God. I heard Pastor Billy say, the joy of the Lord is my strength. If you just praise Him one time, if you just praise Him right now, if you just praise Him for a new way of life, if you just praise Him for breaking out of your prison, if you just praise Him, what will happen? That the chains will fall off of you. Jesus, the prison breaks open, and He would have you chained. Will say to you, help me, praise me. You and no reason why any person of God is going through problems that get them down. Why has it got you down? You forgot to praise the Lord. Why does it got you down? You don't believe in what the heck. That's right. That's all it is. Why are you worried right now is because you are not looking on the other side. You've got to do it. Let me tell you, don't be caught up in a trick bag. I've seen in the Bible where a donkey talked. And he spoke for what the Lord said. And the man of God was riding on a donkey that's talking. Sometimes we're like that too. God is saying, don't go there. Don't do that. And the donkey is talking to you. You're riding a donkey right now that is riding you to your demise. And you're sitting up there want to beat the donkey. Misdirected anger. But what you have to do is listen to the donkey talking. You ain't supposed to go there. That thing you riding on is wrong. You got to get off that thing. And furthermore, if you don't listen to the donkey, the Bible says that the rocks will cry out. Now if the rocks, stupid pieces of clumped up dirt, is talking to you, why are you still stuck there? Why can't you get on the hole in this road? You think because it is narrow. It is narrow because it's for you alone. Because you have an individual walk with God. Your walk is not my walk. My walk is not your walk. Your walk is a special thing only made for you. Only made for your footsteps. So I say to you, stop crying. Stop being a punk for the enemy. Stop being afraid. Stop being angry. Stop hurting people. Stop hurting yourself. Stop wanting to go back to your old life. Stop thinking that it's the end. Stop thinking these things right now. Call out to the Lord. If you want to get out your situation, call out to do it right now. Jesus, come on now. Raise your hands, say Jesus. Jesus, come on now. You got a problem. Say Jesus. Jesus. Say Jesus, I love you. And the minute you start doing that, things change. If you're facing a problem, say Jesus, I love you. You cannot sit there in your problem, in your mess, and thinking it's something else. Don't go back. Let your body be free. If it got you sad, call out to the Lord. Call out to the Lord. Call out to the Lord. I'm going to tell you a secret.
Hallelujah.
Come on now. Thank you, Lord.
For years, they told me I was depressed.
Jesus.
Gave me some pills. Made me sleep a lot. And I took these pills for years. And after a while, I said, this is foolishness. I'm taking these pills for 5 years, and I'm still depressed. And the minute I start bringing that thing to the Lord, things happen. It just changed all of a sudden. All of a sudden, the thing that was depressing me was the thing in which needed to be put on the altar. Let me tell you right now, if it's your desires, put it on the altar. If it's your depression, put it on the altar. And that same thing that you lack, that depression, that behavior, that attitude, that same thing that you cord. It's how he made you. That's your umbilical cord. That is where he made you to have a floor. You got a floor. Everybody got a floor. And that floor is where the Lord is strong. That's where, that's the means in which he's coming to you. That's the road he's taking to your heart. So depression was the way he was coming to me. When I was depressed, he wanted to hear me talk to him. When I wanted to drink, that's because my soul needed to him. When I wanted to go after food, that's because I needed him. When I thought I needed somebody to love me, I needed what I love. I needed to love myself through the Lord first. And once you get right with God, once you take that problem and bring it to God, he's going to set you free. I'm reminded of blind Bartimaeus. What did he say in his blindness? What did he say? Jesus. What did he say? Jesus. And when they told him shut up, they try to tell you shut up. Inside your spirit tell you shut up. It don't take all that. It does take all that. If you drown, you won't holler. You're going to say, help me, help me. Why ain't you hollering now for your problem? Why ain't you putting that thing on the altar? Why ain't you bringing up a sacrifice? You know what they sacrifice day and night? Bloody sacrifices, because it was about the flesh that had to be put on the altar every day, and you can't stop. It's not just for one day, it's for every day that you gotta bring that fleshly self and put that thing on the altar and expose it to the fire, which is the Holy Spirit, and let it burn. And when it burns, the Bible says it becomes like a sweet savor to the Lord. So you bring that problem, and put it on the altar. That thing that has you bound is your connection to the Lord.
Amen. Amen. Amen.
There's no other way.
Yes.
When you are weak, he is strong.
Yes.
That thing that you keep stumbling over, it's your connection to, that's the Lord's phone number. Call it.
Yes, God.
Call it, give it to him. So right now, there's anything that you're facing, call God for it.
Yes.
There's anything that's wrong. We're tired of being children.
Yes, God.
You're tired of just putting a band-aid on your bruised knee. You should be. You're tired of having the same old issue all the time. And the thing is that we all know it's written all over our faces.
Yes.
That's what human society works, because we know each other. Most of communication takes place under the threshold of consciousness. It's the way we act our body. We can say a word, and we can look at your face and know what you're going through. We know it. Y'all know me. Who cares? I don't even care no more. Because I want to be free. You want to be free too. You're tired of the same old problem. I'm tired of people kicking my butt. You should be tired of kicking your butt too. You should be tired of kicking your own butt, which is even worse. I say to you, call to the Lord. I say that manna comes in the morning, and that every day is a manna. Every day is your what not day. Every day is your what the heck moment. And right now, what the heck moments are raging in your life. There are storms in your life. You don't know where it's coming from. You think you're in a ring with 5 Mike Tysons and a Joe Frazier too, and you're wondering, the lights are out, who kicked you now? It's because you're not calling out to God. You're defeated because you're not calling out to God. I say it again, you are defeated because you're not calling out to God. And the thing that God does is that he gives you, doesn't change your problem, he gives you the peace that passes all understanding, and all of a sudden it don't matter no more. It don't matter that you're naked. It don't matter that they turn the lights out. It don't matter. You get some cameras, you praise them anyhow. You just do it it don't matter if you're under a bridge. You praise him anyhow. It don't matter if you're in the crack house. Praise him anyhow. It don't matter what it is if you just praise him. The word of God said, if my people shall humble themselves, hallelujah, Jesus, and